Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome new subscribers, existing subscribers. Welcome. Today's Monday, the 18th of September, 2023. This is your card of the day. We are using Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light Oracle deck this week with the artwork by Lily Moses. And I pulled number 14 yesterday, which is the card of balance with Archangel Zadkiel. And then my ism today, I just sat here thinking to myself, we're all about manifestation. We're all about thinking into the future or thinking and believing what we want for the future in the now. So how does that work? And what do I want? And what I'm looking for? Wealth and abundance. So I have to vibrate with that energy. And there's my ism. I am vibrating with the energy of wealth and abundance. You can add on, so it is, so shall it be. You can also repeat, I am vibrating with the energy of health and abundance, or of security, or of love, or of peace, or of harmony. Whatever word you want to put in where wealth is, or you can add it. Also make sure you're putting abundance in. We are all vibrational energy, so we may as well be vibrating with a qualifier. All right, here we go. Great Father in the sky, loving Mother in the earth, ascended masters and keepers of the light, I welcome you to the space. Thank you for bringing me a message that's clear. I set the intention to see, to feel, to hear, and to know your sacred words and deliver a message in such a way as to enlighten and to inspire and to heal. No, I'm not going to use those two. So be it, so shall it be. That happens sometimes. I take a brief pause and should I use them? And it's either yes or it's no. Usually if they slide out and they just simply slide out, it's a no. If they pop out and flip, that's a okay, let's go. That's just my method. Oh, look at this, Kuthumi. Now, Kuthumi has come, so we add these two together. We have the Archangel Zadkiel, who knows the secrets of God, and is talking about well, that's actually Raziel, talking about the need for balance. Zadkiel's over the violet flame. Zadkiel's the one who we give over our issues for, so we can find that harmony and that balance. He's also looking for compassion this week, looking for compromise this week, looking to even up the scales. Now, if it were the Justice card, it would be similar, but it would be talking about legal issues and disruptions. Now, Kuthumi comes with his cloak of wisdom. And basically what the message is saying is you already know the answers that you've got and that you seek and that you want. The challenge is we have to trust it. This is where the ego comes in, and this is where the fear will come. Like I think I said yesterday, and there seems to be a theme that's emerging for the last 2 days. Actually, for the last little while. There is so much happening in such a quick clip of time that there isn't much the luxury of being able to ponder and think and wonder and choose. It is as if things are changing at such a rapid pace that to discuss and talk and ponder is a luxury. And with so many things changing and happening with so many people all at the same time, everybody is looking for a way to ground and get clear. And I believe at the beginning or the end of last week or one of these readings, I had said to get to a place that was sacred and find that sacred space to go down into the delta waves of your brain, which the wonderful Vicky Loper does Very simple. It isn't complicated. The days of complicated meditations, complicated treatments, these things that we have to do and these really odd ways of being or behaving, rituals, if you will, I think that they're fine in their own context. But many times it's just as simple as sitting in your vehicle before you get into the office or before you go into your house or before you do anything, where you're peaceful and you're quiet and your radio's not on and you're not bombarded by somebody who happened to think that they could just push in front of you along the road. When we are quiet and peaceful and we're in that place, we are in the presence of the divine. In this case, we're in the presence of Kuthumi. And Kuthumi is one of those ascended masters that just comes to bring us wisdom. He's an ascended master who appears like this well-dressed Indian man. Now, many times I've seen this image and I've wondered if this isn't Jesus, because it looks very much like the Lord Jesus. And a little bit of history. He brought his teachings to the Western world through a woman called Madame Blavatsky back in the 19th century. There have always been many different theories as to what his identity was. Many thought that, what he was just a vagrant, a wandering man. Some people would call him the Rishi of India. But basically, I would say if I had to look at this man in modern day, it would be like a modern day monk, walking through life as a spiritual being with very few material possessions. Someone who is somewhat well educated but doesn't have the need for material wealth. This card and Zadkiel are basically together saying today, learn from the wisdom that you remember and bring your own cloak of wisdom into your world and your life. Look at the wandering path that you're on, which goes into vibrating with the energy of wealth and abundance, or vibrating with the energy of spiritual wisdom, or vibrating with the energy of a spiritual love, or whatever that spirituality is. And remember that the reason why we're all being open to many different spiritual beliefs, I want to use that word spiritual beliefs to replace the word religious beliefs. A religion is something that you practice on a regular basis. It's a practice. You can worship this, and folks do. It's called religion for a reason. They practice something in a regular way, devoted to the divine, I hope. And many folks come together as a congregation to practice similar beliefs. So this is where you're at when it comes to your own personal journey, just like Kuthumi and Zadkiel. This is definitely a day of spirituality. And if you put the number 18, 1 and 8 together, now I don't want to add the numbers that vibrate with September and all of that because that will get complicated, but just the number 18, 1 and 8 comes to 9, self-sacrificing. Learn that the fog between your physical world and your spiritual world is clearing up. And this light that you're learning to shine bright inside of you is lifting up. Your soul is saying yes. It's your cheering section. Learn to trust it and learn to go with whatever that trust is telling you. Sometimes, for me, I can get so caught up in the spiritual wisdom and learning and understanding and the uncovering of things that are like, oh my goodness, yes, I get that, I understand it. That the human spiritual, which is where we are in physical form, wants to go off and complicate it. Wants to go off and, like I said earlier, create these elusive ways of doing things. Some of that's okay if it gets you to where you need to be, for sure. Other parts of it is a bit convoluted. And here's where the inner wisdom comes in. If it's complicated, convoluted, seems contrived, somewhere in that thought and that feeling that this is a little bit cattywampus, cuckoo, that's where the intuition and the truth is. What the physical ego does up behind it is judge it. No judgment. Turn that around into observation, experience. This is my experience and this is my observation. And then you can go into your intuition and say to your intuition, your higher self, why am I feeling like this is convoluted? Why am I feeling like this is complicated? And typically, I know when I've said that to myself inwardly, why am I finding this so complicated? Or why does this seem so convoluted? That voice very quickly will say, because it is. And then I would, oh, okay, well, right, fine, moving on. There are things that you already know intuitively that's built into your DNA, if you will, that where we go, what we do, is what you know. And when we go within, when we go in here into our heart, when we go into our intuition and we trust it, have to trust it. You got to trust your gut feeling. You know that gut feeling that you've turned left and you think, I'm going down a road that I don't think this is the right way. That is what you trust. I got a funny feeling I left my keys on the table. That is what you trust. I'm not sure if this, now there is a part of all of us that can get caught up in it, where we're not really sure if we did do it, didn't do it, and then we go back and forth. It's that second guessing. That can also be fear and ego. So today is a day where you put on your own cloak of wisdom and perhaps find balance in, can I simplify some things? Can I find a simpler way to get to the end result? Can I find a simpler way to meditate? Can I get to a simpler way to visualize? Can I get to a simpler way to become more zen and more serene? That is really the purpose. The physical world that we're in does tend to complicate things. It is the coming together of a human community that everybody sees things in a slightly different way, but they don't always see things the way you see them. Well, oftentimes that's the case. So when you automatically launch into like the judgment mode, that's right, that's wrong, this is good, this is bad, and I hear it all the time in teaching, am I doing this right? Is this correct? That's the second guessing. You can give it a go and you'll know pretty quickly if it works, because you'll have a voila moment. Look at that. I did it. I got it. Yeah, great. Right, next. I hope that's making sense. Listen, thanks so much for liking, for subscribing. These subscriptions are going up. I'm at 319. I'm just ecstatic. I really, truly am. I've picked up probably close to 100 subscriptions in the last 9 months, because we weren't even at 200 at Christmas. So I am really, really proud of you, grateful that you think enough of me to do it. And your comments, I love reading them. I like responding to them. I just feel like we're in this whole thing together equally. And, just like I've mentioned a few of my friends on here that are spiritual entrepreneurs getting their business going, we're all here to help each other. Until tomorrow, much love, many blessings, and a big epiphany of wisdom. Bye.